There is a fantastic Super Saturday ahead on Fox League. We are starting with some exciting schoolboy action. One-sided schoolboy action, it must be said right now. Palm Beach Currumbin leading Ignatius Park College 30-0 in a Queensland semi-final. The winner going on to the state decider and hoping to win the national final. All the games, you'll see them now on Fox League. And Ignatius Park, Danny, what do they do to climb out of this considerable hole?
Yeah, make no doubt about it. This Palm Beach Currumbin team's one of the red-hot teams in the competition, and what they need to do, you just need to give them two or three things to work on, the Ignatius team. One of those is to tighten up around the ruck, make their contact a lot better, and complete their sets would have been nice, but not to be in the first set, but just to make sure you tighten up. And this is the biggest thing, is their defence. Their attack's okay, and they're posing some sort of problem with their kicks and a few things around the ruck, but at the same time, it's their defence. Their defence will get us a bit of a look here and a bit of a sign to see how they go in the first set half.
Yeah, Jake Burke just receiving a pass there out in front. He hung the hand out, knocked it on, and as a result, the leaders have a chance to build on that advantage. Jovan Tiaroiti. Edwards, a try scorer in the first half, goes through Sexton. This man scored as well, Glenn McGrady. He's close as Evans sweeps it back to the left. Through Dearden. And now they change an angle again. Campaign to Tiaroiti. It's been a feature of PBC's first half. Lots of changes in direction as they keep it close to the ruck here for Juwan Campaign to be brought down just short. Was there a knock on at dummy half? There's a penalty to Ignatius Park College. Look at it again. So offside ruling. It was almost knocked on. That's dummy half. By the time the kick came, the support player was in front.
He did well to catch that, didn't he? It was, like you said, Matty, a lot of change of angles around the ruck. A lot more variety, isn't there, from the Palm Beach team, but just trying to get through their sets at the moment. But the edge defence from the Ignatius team, there's got to be no steps in it. Make sure they're all together in one line. That'd be a good start.
And as PBC defend here, what's Aaron Zimmerly looking forward to from his team, given they lead so much?
Yeah, the big zero would be pretty nice. That's the goal you'd throw out to them. They don't score, and you know, that's one thing that they look like they pride themselves on, is their defence. Their line speed's been really good this afternoon.
The voice of Danny Badiris in commentary. 257 games with the Newcastle Knights, the most capped Novocastrian at NRL level, at least with the Knights, as Ignatius Park College get the kick away. Sam Nimmo, his grubber picked up at the back, and comfortably so. You have to make a change.
You've got to clean up their end of the sets, don't they, Ignatius? A little bit rushed, and just to execute that, make sure they can build a little bit more pressure, but their kicks have been a little bit frantic.
Again, it's India Sautui-Huta. Stubborn to put to ground. You saw Aiden Anguna about to come on for Palm Beach Currumbin in jumper 17, and his team is really on top, threatening to really blow Iggy Park away. A 50-point scoreline on offer, you would imagine, as Dearden gets the kick in between the defenders. He needs it to pull up in goal. It does. Well, not enough. That was going to stop for all money.
He understands, doesn't he? See the way he kicked that ball and just didn't come around to the left a little bit, but the way he shaped that kick, he understands how the ball works. But it was a third tackle kick, but it has it 30-0. You should be trying a few things.
Well, Jake Burke was there to gather that kick if needed. He played his role really well. I thought it was going to stop. I thought he would have to play at it. But in the end, his cool head prevailed, and Ignatius Park get the ball. This is a good run. Ethan Target, straight up the middle. Good meters. And now Ration Mills-Pryor. So both coaches going to their bench early in the second half. This is Jake Burke, the fullback, 10 metres out. There are points coming for Iggy Park. The halfback, Hayden Robotham, keeps it going through Chester. And now straight, Chester reaches out, slams it down. Thomas Chester. He's described as a strong runner and elusive, and he meets both of those descriptions right there.
And that's why it's always hard at 30-0 to keep your concentration. just completely sold this dummy, didn't he? Beautiful dummy there. Sold it. Couple of plays for the Palm Beach Currumbin team grabbing. Just too easy. Slighted hand. Beautiful show and go. And get their first try there, the Ignatius Park College team.
Hayden Robotham with the conversion, 30 points to 6.
He's here. Sort of the pass wasn't the best. He had to stop. He was at the back of him a little bit. But Josh Bevan, the number 13 there, just caught grabbing and ball watching. A really nice try there from young Chester.
The 17-year-old, as the kick comes with the ball falling off the tee. Play on continues. I wonder whether Glenn McGrady thought about pulling out of the kick-off and going again. Anyway, will continue. And Ignatius Park, a really important set here. They've just scored. I'd love to go back-to-back. Here it is for Dylan Bayliss-Brow. The ball released from Jake Burke, and Bayliss-Brow cut down right on halfway. Zach McMinn, the dummy half. It's a good run from Sam Nimmo on the short side. All purpose, and they'll sweep back to the right. Robotham finds Bait up, and Bait up to play it for McMinn. Robotham again. He avoids one runner. Now they promote the footy. A chance here for Ignatius Park. Ball to ground, picked up by Ethan Target, and he's tackled by Dearden. Well, good signs for Ignatius Park. They've just got to get it to flow.
The halves should be excited there for Ignatius Park College team. I think what they've got is they've got a little bit of room. They've got a little bit of room through the middle third. Posed some questions with their footwork and playing direct, and you can see that they're starting to really come to the game.
Dearden goes on to Will Evans. And a whistle. What's this for? A problem in the play of the ball, just back to the mark, which is something that the referees have really been keen on in this national schoolboy competition. Just fine-tuning some little areas in the game where the schoolboys can get a little loose or distracted. And now the completion is a kick down for Jake Burke. And the chase is good, led by who else but Dearden. And the interchange player, Nelson Groves for PBC. Arrest for Zach McMinn. He goes to the bench.
I see the skipper Bait up go back into the number 9 position. You should, or they're going for their third hooker, we'll see. And have a young Joey Jensen, looks like he's gone in there.
Down the short side. Ignatius Park driven towards the sideline and over the sideline. Palm Beach Currumbin with a defensive display to please Aaron Zimmerly. Despite this big lead, not giving Ignatius Park an inch.
Well, Zimmerly wouldn't mind this. He's hoping that Ignatius come back a little bit and just at least ask some questions of his team and just check out the character, where it is in his team at the moment. And when you blow out to 30-0 at half-time, you really want them to go on with the job.
Aaron Zimmerly in his third year coaching this Palm Beach Currumbin team, taking over from Jeff Bagnall. As we've touched on, some real success for PBC, chasing a third national schoolboy championship. But Ignatius Park College also into Queensland's top 4 for the last 3 years. The only school to have that sort of consistency during that time. Here's Sexton. Tried to get the ball away, but the ball rolls off the end of his hand and goes to ground. So Ignatius Park College will feed off that error, or will they? Great defence, PBC again. It's Josh Bevan. He told the coach, I want to be a bit more aggressive defensively. I really like the Rooster, Vic Radley. Well, there's a tackle to please Vic Radley.
He looks good front on, doesn't he, Bevan? Here they go again in Groves.
And again, he wants a bit more. And you know where Josh Bevan is signed? The Sydney Roosters.
He's at the Roosters.
Along with Izzy Higgins.
It'd be nice to be modelling a game off Victor Radley. That's what these young kids do. They love their footy and they love idolising players. And Victor Radley, what a player to try and Really mulled your game about.
Well, he's sharing the same day with Victor Radley, Josh Bevan. Here's Josh in action for PBC, and we'll see Victor later on with the Sydney Roosters against Cronulla. A big night of NRL finals to come, evening and night, it must be said.
Great time of year.
Plus the NRLW, it is a great time of year. Glenn McGrady. Nelson Groves sends play to his left, did, and takes it to the line. Finds support from Somerville, and then pulled the ground. It was Noah Gaffer, back the other way, did, and tries the big step. Head down, he goes very close, tackled by Bait Up. So PBC from a ball on the ground, come back against the angle, Caleb Hodges. And there's a penalty to Ignatius Park.
They struggled to get off their line, didn't they, Ignatius there? Just couldn't find the right pass. Good Palm Beach Crumman, hoping back through the middle. Staying on their line, Ignatius dropped it out the back. Here comes Nelson Grove for a one-on-one strip. The tackle was completed and deemed to be found the ground, but a no try there to Groves. An injury concern here.
As Ignatius Park sent Dane Thompson back on. Sam Nimmo back to his feet. He'll leave the field for a breather.
I'm sure you start seeing, I love about schoolboy footy is when the school comes to watch their team, and I think they've got about 1,200 kids, Ignatius, and I think they've got about twice as many there at Palm Beach Currumbin. But as you'll see down here in Sydney in the games down here in New South Wales, these schools, they really get out and support their team, and that's when it gets a lot of fun.
Great atmosphere, isn't it? When the school population is there. You're right, PBC with 2,500 or thereabouts. Just over 1,100 at Ignatius Park in Townsville. Ethan Hegarty with a previous run, and now they find halfway. Bit of ball movement from Ignatius Park as they try to find a way through the PBC defence. So good in this game, giving up just the one try. Jake Burke with the play the ball, and now it's Chester offloading, and look at this defence again from PBC. It's the same names, Bevan, Xavier Willison involved as well, and that's why Ignatius Park get the kick away only just into PBC territory. As it turns out, it's a good kick, beating Ryan Garnett into touch. They needed this.
It was a really nice kick, wasn't it, from Burke to finish the set. But that set there from Ignatius, a lot of that play is played right back off the line, off the defensive line. They'd be just best off pushing around the wall and playing a bit flat. I think they could pose a few more problems. But Coach Steve Lensley there for Ignatius, I think he's just happy about winning the second half, and they are in front. So they have done really well here, Ignatius, to really stem the tide.
Xavier Willison playing the ball. Here's Will Evans, always attracting multiple defenders. And he's forced onto his back by Joey Jensen. But Joey's a bit too vigorous in that tackle, a bit too long in the tackle, but put it down to the work rate and the energy of Will Evans.
He knows his role, doesn't he, Will Evans? He's done this a couple of times, trying to get down as fast as he can to play the ball, and earned his team a couple of penalties on the back of it. And here's Jensen just holding on too long. He's a fair player, is Will Evans.
Again, Palm Beach Currumbin find themselves in good position. Aiden Anguna chopped down, looking for their first points of the second half. PBC. Caleb Hodges wrapped up. Groves goes to his right, but Sexton says, let's explore on the other side. Did, and shows it. Now finds Xavier Willison. Really controlled PBC. Dearden back towards a hole, and Dearden is in again. The captain gets a double, and the structured attack of PBC looks so slick.
Well, the structured attack is one thing, but it's what you do on the back of it. Young Dearden playing flat and fast. That's what we talk about, playing flat and fast over the advantage line. And it just comes down to speed and footwork. This kid has got plenty of it. Look forward to seeing coming down here to New South Wales, maybe if they do win that final, and take on what they have best offer down here.
So Sexton with a rare miss. His first miss of the game. Still pretty handy, 5 from 6. But with ball in hand, Danny, PBC, they seem to be saying we're going to go here and change back to there and then here and we're going to run there. It's just all working for them. Everyone is on the same page, it seems.
It looks really well coached, doesn't it? I think there's a lot of variety, a lot of questions being asked of their opposition, but with some really good structured plays offside there. Gaffer.
That's an easy one. Noah Gaffer was wishing he could disappear.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of good structure about them, but the variety that they're displaying is really good to watch. But then the halves come into the play, understanding where they've got to get to and really play flat and fast and over the ad line.
So Ignatius Park College will explore down the left. It's Hayden Robotham wrapped up. Joey Jensen into the dummy half roll. And that's a good run from Dane Thompson, fearlessly throwing himself at the defence. Now Ethan Haggerty. They open up the right-hand side of the field. Robotham running onto the ball through Chester now. Burke onto Ethan Target. Target hits the hole, keeps going. Ethan Target gets there. What a strong run. He goes in for Ignatius Park. Their second try of the second half.
Strong. Really strong play from Ethan Target. Beautiful ball from Jake Burke. It comes out to Chester. Straight on to Burke. Plays nice and short. Right at Dearden there, the number 7. Drags a couple over, does Ethan Target. But you see the way the difference in the attack. They're like the big sweeping plays, don't they, Ignatius Park, where Palm Beach Currumbin, they'll break you down and go at you with footwork and speed, where they like to really play off the line a little bit, the Ignatius team. For that time it worked.
34-10, Palm Beach Currumbin. A win that was built on their first half performance, 5 unanswered tries. But it's good to see Ignatius Park College come up with a couple of their own 4-pointers. And this one, Ethan Target. Really strong centres run, dragging defenders with him and going all the way to the in goal. 8 minutes left. Still more opportunity for the Townsville students to improve this scoreline. As they come forward again, strong contact, and again, it's Josh Bevan. The number of solid tackles from Josh Bevan is incredible. His tackle count will be whatever it is, but gee, they're good tackles, most of them.
He's got a good physique for a middleman, hasn't he? Nice, and his low centre of gravity just gets up and under, and really nice contact. Snaps him in there, and big future.
The opposite 13, Ty Laidlow with a run. And now Robotham. It goes through Ethan Haggerty. Dylan Bayless-Brow finishing the run. And now the kick and chase from Jake Burke. It's taken by Glenn McGrady, and McGrady, with 1 try already, is away again.
As soon as he knew that he caught that on the full, something exciting was going to happen there on the back of McGrady. He's got through a couple of tackles and made his team an extra 20 metres.
So Will Evans comes up with a mistake to gift Ignatius Park more possession. 7 minutes left at Dolphin Stadium. And Palm Beach Currumbin rapidly closing to within 2 wins from another National Schoolboy Championship. Exciting times for their coach, Aaron Zimmerly, and the school. And there's the kick. Again goes down to McGrady.
He wanted to put that into the corner a little bit more. Chester, I think. So Yenna, the number 5, could really get down there into that corner. It was the right option, just didn't execute the kick.
PBC working it out of their 20. It's a big win here after some really tight results earlier on in the campaign. 16-10 against a big, strong Ipswich side, with Josh Bevan actually scoring the match winner. They beat Wavell 30-28. So they showed defence to win that earlier game, then attack. I've sort of combined the both here this afternoon as they find a way through again. Dearden long out. Here's support and racing away. Noah Gaffer goes in the corner. It's celebrated on the bench. Noah Gaffer. Again, it's the half. The captain, Tommy Dearden, doing the hard work, doing the setup work.
He's got a good turn of speed, hasn't he? Dearden picks up from dummy half, one hand. Nice show and go. But shows some strength, some good balance and poise. Keep his feet. And a really nice right to left pass over to Gaffer. He bags his second for the day.
Did well to keep the legs in the field of play. Avoid any slip up as he grounded in the corner. This for 40. Sexton again sends it across the face. So 38-10, 5 minutes left. They spoke about bringing both the features of their first two games into this contest, and they certainly have. Good attack, stubborn defence. And Dearden, he looks a likely type.
Yeah, they've got a lot of players in motion too, don't they, the Palm Beach Currumbin team. Everyone's moving forward with the ball and excited to be around the ball. Hence the scoreline. Always pretty happy at that sort of scoreline, 38-10. You want to get across the scoreline yourself.
So the short kick-off gets a result for Ignatius Park College. They'll chase a few more highlights to finish this one.
Geez, that's just every kick, isn't it? Not a bad way of doing it. Every game, you know, and you go have a contest, a 50-50 contest, and they've come up trumps about 5 of those 6 times.
What an afternoon we have for you on Fox League after this one. The NRL women's competition straight into the Panthers against the Warriors and later the Roosters hosting the Sharks. Week 1 of the NRL finals not far away on your Super Saturday of Fox League. As Ignatius Park put the ball down.
Yeah, Jensen just getting out from there. Just a bit of a loose ball carry, but he's gone into the dummy half, and I said before, that's that third dummy half, and they can play in different positions, so Jensen's got a big future in the game.
Tomorrow we'll get to see Kerwin and Marsden head-to-head for the right to play Palm Beach Currumbin in that Queensland final. This is a good run. Bit of roadkill left in the wake for Jovan Tiaroiti. Tiaroiti and Willison, Campaign, Higgins, Bevan. It's a very handy pack for PBC.
Oh, that was a bit tough, wasn't it? On Tiaroiti. Tried to get up and play the ball, but he had his leg pulled. No, he didn't look like it from that angle, but he might have had a cramp. Something happened to his ball, to his play the ball action.
So Ignatius Park can line up again. Still winning the second half, 10-8. Ignatius Park, there's a little something for them. As Dean Barnes. They do have 6 or 7 year 11 students, Ignatius Park, so they'll be better for this experience.
It helps. Definitely, you can tell the age difference. Some of these guys are 17, some are 18, some are turning 18 next week, and so those extra months, it really helps in the development and the strength and the size.
Strong call for the team to go into the 2019 schoolboy campaign at Ignatius Park. Pass for Thomas Chester.
He's a player, that Josh Bevan, isn't he? You can see he's always around the ball, putting heat on the ball players, blocking up the middle. Number 13 there for Palm Beach Currumbin.
The penalty conceded by Nelson Groves, maybe a little unluckily. Jake Burke taps and goes to Dane Thompson. Jensen on for Rowbotham. His pass was well read, and Ethan Haggerty was tackled a metre out. Back the other way, Rowbotham shows it and runs. Can't find a way through. Jensen with Roberts waiting, but there's a kick that went up for Tiaroiti. He couldn't hang on, and it's all a little sloppy at the moment.
Yeah, they've tried that numerous times, haven't they? Along with the short kickoffs, there's this little kick from dummy half. Exposed him a couple of times, but just hasn't come off. But that's another time they've just tried to execute that from Jensen.
So more opportunity, good position for Ignatius Park College. What can they put on late in this one? Ty Laidlow Just a few metres out, another penalty. Ty likes that. He applauds the decision. Well done, sir. And now Joey Jensen taps and goes. It's Ethan Roberts, the workhorse Queensland representative, playing the ball quickly. And now opportunity in a corner here, jumping back against the grain. They come up with the try. It's Mark Gardner, light on his feet. He goes over, and that scoreline improves a little more for Ignatius Park.
He's had a lot of good moments, hasn't he, Mark Gardner? I've looked at him a couple of times. He's coming infield looking for the ball. Feels like he's not getting enough ball out there, but it finally gets a bit of ball movement from right to left. Gets it off his centre partner in Bayless Brow. But yeah, give him any chance. I think he's pretty good at taking his opportunity.
It was the big left foot step that set up his try. The final play of the game, a conversion attempt that is very good, straight over the dot. So Palm Beach Currumbin, a big first half to lead 30-0, and they see it out 38-16 against Ignatius Park. Next up for PBC, the winner of Kerwin and Marsden. But the roll continues and they look a really good team.
Aaron, fantastic win by the boys today. You must be proud of them.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, they're a great bunch of kids. We've been really blessed with this group. Their talent is outweighed by their work ethic. And I think, when you look at us, we're not the most physically imposing side, but they play great football. And they do it together. It's a collective thing from all 17.
Yeah, I guess you got to keep the boys grounded. There's the Queensland final now to contest for. What's the plan moving forward for that?
We've had different wins on the way through this. We've had games where we've come from behind. We've had games where we've jumped out early. I think we're still chasing a full 60-minute performance. We're really excited about this. We've still got some young kids in the group. We've got a couple of grade 10 boys as well. So it just means that the future looks bright.
Yeah, it's fantastic, mate. Well done, and good luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Well summed up by Aaron Zimmerly. Not the biggest team, but a team with plenty of heart and with some great execution. 7 tries to 3. They win it 38-16. The man of the match, Tommy Dearden.
Congratulations, mate. Fantastic win and a stellar performance by yourself. You must be happy with that today.
Yeah, well, the boys put it together today. We played a good game and completed our sets, and thought we played pretty consistent throughout the game, so it's good to...
Yep. And it's been a fantastic year so far. You're going through to the Queensland final. Hopefully you can keep up the good form. What's the secret to keeping the team playing such good footy?
We got a pretty good culture around the group, so as long as we keep holding to that, and I think we got a week's break, so we got a week to work hard, and then we'll just fix up little mistakes and that we made together, and then hopefully we can pull it all together in the state final.
All right, mate. Well done today, and good luck for the rest of the year.
Yeah, thank you very much.
The Brisbane Broncos bound Australian schoolboy Tommy Dearden, a winning schoolboy with Palm Beach Currumbin. Stay with us. There is still a whole lot more to come on Fox League as Glenn McGrady and Palm Beach Currumbin race away.